Welcome to the Red Men TV. It is player ratings time after Liverpool drew 1-1 with Manchester United. So we'll start with the goalkeeper, Alisson. Thought he'd come in, he did exactly what he's always been about, and that is be a top draw keeper. Don't think he really had a chance with Rashford's one. It was so close range and stuff, and the ball goes underneath him, and it kind of is what it is there. But ultimately, I think, you know, his passion was there. We saw why he was in there. He commanded his area well, a couple of big punches out from corners and stuff like that. So probably a 7 out of 10 for Alisson. And a good first game back. I think there's a few people worried about whether Manchester United was the right fixture. He allayed those fears by putting in a decent performance. So we'll start with Trent Alexander-Arnold, and a little bit of a strange one for him really, because I think so much was expected of him going into this game, and I think he did well without being outstanding, and I think that's what you can say about a lot of these players, if I'm honest. I think defensively he wasn't really troubled too much. In an attacking sense, his final ball wasn't quite there, but Manchester United wanted us to cross the ball in and Harry Maguire to head the ball away, and in that way we kind of played into their hands a little bit. So 10, probably a 7 out of 10. Joel Matip, I think, was probably one of his weaker performances in possession. There's a few times where it was just wayward balls and maybe not first to it and stuff like that, but defensively he was okay. Probably a 6 out of 10 performance from Joel, probably one of the worst we've seen this season because of the high standards that he set. Virgil van Dijk, probably a 7 out of 10. I thought he was sound again. You know, there's a few times he gets into one-on-one situations and does well and wins the ball back for Liverpool, but yeah, nothing really to write home about with regards to Virgil's performance. Andy Robertson, probably the same as Trent. In defence, he was okay. They were looking to try and get the ball in behind him, and he stood up well to it. He was getting tight to his man, trying to stop balls into the box and stuff. And in an attacking sense, I really remember first half most, because, you know, he was kept whipping that ball up to Divock Origi and running on, and the ball wasn't sticking to Divock's feet, and that's not Robbo's fault, but that's the way that Liverpool were trying to build up against Manchester United today. So probably a 7 out of 10 maybe for him as well. Fabinho, probably a little too deliberate in possession, I thought, in this game, and you know, he broke up play well. He takes a yellow card because he has to take a yellow card at the time, and probably a 6, 7 out of 10 performance from him. I'll go 6.5. Two midfielders, Jordan Henderson, I didn't think was very good today. Yeah, again, a tough game really for Hendo. I think, you know, second half he gets shift right onto that right hand side, and his delivery was off as well, wasn't it? Probably a 6 out of 10 for him. Gino Wijnaldum started really brightly, and you know, Paul said it and called it at half time, said he'd tire big time, because he did in the last Premier League game for us, and I felt like he did again. You know, he had an opportunity first half to really strike the ball and put one in on De Gea's goal and failed to do that, but he was probably the standout player first half, but probably 7 out of 10 all told. Over on the right hand side to begin with, it was Sadio Mane, and our best stuff came from Sadio Mane, but you know, ultimately we didn't do too much with it. Obviously he gets a goal disallowed for a handball or something like that. I'm not 100% sure what happened with that one, if I'm honest. It was the complete other side of the pitch, and he whips the ball in for Roberto Firmino really well, who forces De Gea into a fairly easy save, if I'm honest. So yeah, for Sadio, probably another 7 out of 10. Bobby Firmino, his touch wasn't there first half, was it? And I think he improved second half when he changed positions. We went to that 4-2-3-1 and he kind of played the 10, and he started to link things up much better. But all told, probably a 6 out of 10 again, maybe a 7 out of 10 for him. Divock Origi couldn't, you know, he had that early run, didn't he, at the fullback, and he looked like he was going to get the better of him time and time again. Flattered to deceive really. It wasn't really a case of what happened throughout the rest of the game, so probably a 6 out of 10 for him. Adam Lallana, in fact no, first of all it was Oxlade-Chamberlain who comes on, wasn't it? And I think he did really well. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he was driving with the ball at his feet with purpose. You know, he was trying to get shots off. So yeah, probably a 7 out of 10 for him. Adam Lallana gets the goal, probably a 7 out of 10 for him. And Naby Keita, yeah, 7 out of 10 again, probably for Naby. All told, it wasn't a vintage Liverpool performance, but Manchester United didn't win the game, and ultimately it did feel to me like if there was going to be a win in that game, it was going to be Liverpool, but the referee royally screwed us over. VAR's an absolute pile of pants. If you've liked the video, like it, subscribe to Red Men TV on YouTube and click that notification bell. We'll see you next time. Ta-ra.